So here we go. I brought to light a report by the Climate Intelligence Unit a few weeks ago and showed how ludicrous it was, the fact that dealers are reducing cars in 3 months by £4,000 when they're telling private people that they can save £2,600 a year on them. How can you save £2,600 a year on fuel when your vehicle's going down £4,000 in 3 months? Anyway, they've revised it now. Motorists could save £850 a year by choosing an electric car over a hybrid. Owners of hybrids save only £13 a year compared with petrol equivalents, think tank says. The think tank, ask yourself this: why are the think tank and the green people against hybrids? I know why I'm against it, but they've not come out with the explanation that I have, that when it's on hybrid, you carry around a tank of petrol and an engine that you wouldn't need if it was electric, and when it's on petrol, you're carrying around an electric motor and a big battery that you don't need, and the battery's the weight of 3.5 guys. Who thought that one up? Which numbskull thought that one up? But these green people, they want rid of petrol at any cost. They'll make anything up. Here we go. British households could miss out on savings of more than £800 a year on running costs if they choose a hybrid car over an electric one, amid concerns that recent government rule changes open the door for manufacturers to sell more polluting cars. Well, it's actually less polluting cars, really, than supposedly petrol. But as I said in yesterday's video, I was talking to a guy who works at a place, they've got a fleet of hybrids, and all the plug-in hybrids, that is, and all the charging cables are still in the boot, never been used, because nobody uses it, they just use it as petrol. So you know, they'd be better off just getting a petrol and not having the big hybrid battery in it and the electric motor as well. They'd be better off without them. Should have just bought petrol, and they would have been cheaper too, so they'd have saved a fortune. Way more than £13 a year that these people tell you can save. Owners of hybrid cars only save an average of £13 a year. Behave. Compared with drivers of petrol vehicles. They are a petrol vehicle, but could save as much as £850 annually if they buy electric rather than petrol, according to analysis by the Energy and Climate Intelligence Unit, ECIU, a think tank. There's never been a more inappropriate name for whatever it is they do than a think tank. This month, Keir Starmer's government changed electric vehicle rules to allow more sales of cars with petrol and diesel engines until 2035. After extensive lobbying by the automotive industry, allowing sales of hybrids which combine a small battery with an internal combustion engine was a key part of the changes to rules, known as the Zero Emission Vehicle Mandate, ZEV, that force car makers to sell an increased proportion of electric cars each year. Well, they don't force them to sell them, they force them to give them away because they can't sell them. In order to sell them, you've got to have people coming in the showroom saying, oh, have you got, or can you have? Not, well, Mr. Customer, I know you came in looking at a petrol or diesel, but have you considered an EV? The Climate Intelligence Unit say you can save £850 a year. Oh, yeah, but how much does a charger cost? Well, a charger costs you £1,500. You know, and that's if your house wiring can take it. So I'm not saving £800 then, am I? Because that'll be another like £700 and a lot of messing about at the house. Yeah, but just think what you're doing the planet a favour. All green. Saving the planet. Have you got grandkids, sir? Would you like them to have asthma? No? You need an EV. Oh, okay. Well, what about the range? Well, sir, you're only supposed to charge them to 80% and don't let them go below 20%. So just let me get that right. So you only really can use them 60%. You've only got 60% of the range. Yeah. So if the range is, say, 250 mile, what about charging away? You know, is that cheaper than petrol? Well, no, sir, that's not cheaper than petrol. It actually works out, if you charge at fast chargers, it works out quite a bit dearer. Oh, so I only save 850. Well, no, it only cost me 700 quid more for a home charger. And so the other thing is, if the range is 250 mile and you can only use 60%, I should know this, but 250 mile times 60%, so that's 150. But it's not really 150, is it? No, sir, it's not. Sorry. You don't have any paracetamol, do you? Because I'm getting a migraine. You know. So tell me, if the range is 150 miles, that's kind of there and back, isn't it? So if you're charging at home, you can only go 75 mile, and then you're going to come back to charge again. Yes. Anyone got any paracetamols? It's a joke. It's a joke. This is the funny bit, though. The government allowed sales of models such as the Toyota Prius and those using Nissan's e-Power until 2035. Those cars use the engine to charge the battery, meaning they are not capable of zero-emission driving. You know, the zero-emission driving that get cobalt from the Congo and what was the other stuff? There's just been an Australian programme on it. It doesn't look good. Trust me, it doesn't look good. Watch that. I'll cut a link into that. Watch it. Listen to this. Remember that car dealers, it's a business and they're in it to make money, as are the manufacturers. The Climate Intelligence Unit, I don't know where they get their money from, but it's a non-profit making organisation, so it doesn't matter what he does. He can sit there all day, don't need to make a penny profit. He just needs to think stuff up. Listen to this. Car makers argued successfully that hybrids cut carbon emissions compared with petrol cars. However, their main motivation for continuing with hybrid sales is that they are more profitable than electric cars. Petrol car makers said that they needed those profits to invest in future electric production. With a global economic slowdown amid the US President Donald Trump's trade war making it even harder to switch. Colin Walker, Col, head of transport at the ECIU, said, while pitched as a response to the economic chaos of Trump's tariffs, these changes could actually make things worse, costing UK consumers with less onus on manufacturers to compete to sell EVs in the UK. Give them away, not sell. They're giving them away. Last year, it cost them £4.5 billion in discounts. So really speaking, and it was also, the guesstimate was 4.5 billion to 6 billion it cost the UK motor trade. What business can sustain that? Collier's blaming Donald Trump because you know, those measures he brought in last year, I mean, they were disgraceful. How could he think getting away with them things last year? What? Biden who? Are you sure? Last year? So, it was shit last year too, and Trump... Honest? Are you sure? Because Collier, I can't say... Honestly, if I'm wrong, then he'll make me print a retraction. Honestly. He doesn't print retractions when he gets stuff. No, I know he doesn't. But he makes other people, because, you know, he's got nothing else to do. Make stuff up. Colin Walker, head of transport at the ECU, said, while pitched as a response to the economic chaos of Trump's tariffs, these changes could actually make things worse, costing UK consumers with less onus on manufacturers to compete to sell EVs in the UK, and the government encouraged them to sell more hybrids instead. Potentially millions of families could be left to foot the bill for more expensive driving. Bollocks. Absolute bollocks. Hybrids are cheaper to start off with. Honestly. Given how popular EVs are with their drivers, this looks like bad policy for families, driving up the nation's driving bill. Hybrids can still be attractive financially for households, partly because they cost less upfront than electric cars. Really? Hybrids can also appeal to car buyers who do not have easy access to charging. Gee, it really is an intelligence unit. A problem in many urban areas, particularly outside London. Here, it's a problem here. It's a bit. I can't charge my electric car. I have to go into Preston to charge my car because I live in an apartment. However, electric cars make significant savings on fuel and maintenance, meaning the total cost of ownership is lower for most people using electric. For most people, if they can charge at home. If the car doesn't depreciate, the switch to electric cars is unavoidable. Easy for me to say. The switch to electric cars is unavoidable. If the UK is to hit its climate goals, Walker criticised policy flip-flopping on electric car rules, which he said would ultimately make the transition more expensive. I don't even know what that means. I've never seen that word before. I'm 67 and I've never seen that word before in my life. The nascent, fuck me, what does that mean? Especially of a process of organisation just coming into existence and beginning to display signs of future potential. That is why nobody likes electric vehicles, because the people who try and stick them down your throat use fucking words like that. Nascent. Toffee nose. The nascent and fast-growing EV charging industry has also warned of lost investment because of the changes. The ZEV mandate changes will also give incentives to car makers to sell more plug-in hybrid electric vehicles, PHEVs. Hybrids whose battery can be charged from a plug, which they don't use. It's a petrol. PHEVs are theoretically significantly greener than hybrids because they are capable of running with zero emissions. Oh dear. Cole's been eating a lot of fish, brain food. Let's just check. ChatGPT.
What is the best food for your brain?
The best food for your brains are the ones that support memory, focus and overall cognitive function. Mrs. Opera says I've got cognitive issues and she's seriously worried about me. Oh, fatty fish like salmon. Doesn't sound so nice, does it? Fatty fish. Like salmon, trout, sardines. What about cod from Stan's Fish and Chippy in Waltley Dale, the contented soul? Stan. Blueberries. packed with antioxidants, turmeric, broccoli. I like broccoli. Thai Orchid in Preston, they do tempura broccoli. Honestly, it's to die for. It's the best. Pumpkin seeds, magnesium, dark chocolate. I can get on board with dark chocolate. Nuts, oranges, eggs, yeah. Green tea, nah. Anyway, by the by, Cole must have been in the canteen at lunchtime. Although there are concerns over whether FEV owners plug in enough to realise the green saving, they don't plug in. Cole, they don't plug in. Cole, I know you know they don't plug in. I know that you know that they don't plug in. I know that you know that Pandy thinks they don't plug in. Nobody thinks they plug in. It's an excuse to sell petrols and diesels till 2035. That's what it is. Because people don't want electric. I would have thought your think tank would have realised that. The ECIU's analysis found that the UK's best-selling FEVs offer their owners savings of £117 a year in running costs over their petrol equivalents. However, running cost savings for the equivalent electric models jump to more than £1,050 a year. They don't. Oh, Quentin Wilson, the founder of Fair Charge, which campaigns for policies that support electric vehicles, said, "Government extending the sales of new hybrids to 2035 is a grave misstep. Well-intentioned drivers are being misled by the alleged benefits of hybrids, which are neither significantly more economical than combustion cars, nor better for urban air quality. The softening of the ZEV mandate allows car makers to build combustion engines for longer and ease back on EV targets." Duh! The UK is currently Europe's most successful market for EVs. We lose more money by selling EVs. The Germans stopped the subsidies and we overtook them. It's not a win, is it? But succumbing to pressure from car makers to dilute the mandate threatens that success and will allow Chinese car makers to dominate. This is short-sighted, disappointing and ill-judged government policy. They just don't get it, do they? They don't get it. Let's just go to Auto Trader. They were going on a few weeks ago that you could save £2,600 by running an Audi e-tron. Just put e-trons. E-trons 487 there. Search 487. I'm going to cut it down a little bit because I want to go to the bottom and it'll take me ages to get to the bottom. So Audi e-tron, model variants, black edition, the S-Line. S-Line's the most popular, I would say, so we'll go to S-Line. And also I'm going to put most recent there because I don't want Auto Trader's relevance, so go there. And again, Auto Trader price tracker. Worth its weight in gold. Tells you everything you need to know. Go to the bottom. You may also like, this was listed on the 26th of the 2nd, 2025. It's a Q4 e-tron. Auto Trader, you may also like. They're shoving it in front of me. You can, don't forget, if you're a private, this is the first one I've come to at the bottom. Not rigged it, do it yourself, do the check yourself. This is the first one I've come to. It's been reduced by £3,958 since it was first advertised on the 26th of the 2nd, 2025. Well, they actually put it up there. That was wishful thinking. They must have believed that last thing, look. 4th of the 3rd, That's when all those stories were out about EV stabilising and going up. These poor smokes, they believed it. They put it up. It was only like 300 quid or something, but they put it up 300 quid. They soon put it down again, didn't they? Next one. Oh, that's an ad too. That's only dropped £2,900. Here we go. 12th of the 3rd, this was advertised. 1,457, it's dropped. This one, 19th of the 3rd, that's down 1,100 quid. Down 2,250, down 2,900. Oh, somebody's after his bonus there. He's put his up 843 quid. When did he do it? 22nd of the 4th, 2025. Now, we noticed the other day, in the video the other day, that somebody was putting up cars. Think there's something going on by any chance? Here we go. 25th of 10th. See, that's so funny, really, because the bottom here, I go to the bottom, that's an ad. That's an ad. That's an ad. You may also like, that's an ad. So the bottom 5 are all ads. Then you get to the real ones, where this one, 6th of the 9th, 2024, down 2,250, down 2,900. You get my lad over there who's looking for his bonus and just put it up at its month end. Down 2,900, down 3,750, down 3,669, down 2,000, down 2,400, down 3,200, down 2,900, down 2,000. Those are the ones that, according to the Climate Intelligence Unit, you can save £2,600 a year by buying and charging at home. Bullshit! What a loser. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video. Bye bye.